swans. To give you an idea how long ago that was, 7 Swans was a silent movie. So they've been making movies here for a long time. Here's how you're going to spot this spring. The bottom's going to turn to white limestone. In the middle of that white limestone, you're going to notice a small, flat, gray rock. That marks the entrance to the spring. Just above that rock, you see kind of a crack. That's where the water's actually coming out. We should be getting over it right about now. That little flat gray rock right there, guys, believe it or not, that is 26 feet deep.
How deep? 26 feet.
What's the matter, kiddo? What's the matter, sweetheart? Now these little fishies you see underneath the boat, these are called bluegill. We like to call them lucky bluegill. Bullet, just to name a few. Heck, we even have tilapia in these waters. Now this next spring coming up, guys, is called Creature Springs. And it gets its name because Creature from the Black Lagoon was filmed here many years ago. Has anybody seen that movie, Creature from the Black Lagoon? How many I got that's seen it? 1, 2, 3, 4 of us maybe? That's about normal. This little crevasse you're looking at right now, that's where the creature made his debut in 1954. That is 33 feet deep there, by the way. So if you haven't seen that movie, and I get it, that was a long time ago, guys. Alright, now this next spring I want to show you guys, this is the deepest spring we're going to see today. This one comes in.
They basically said, like, there's nothing in this camp more than risking your life. Like, you go in here,
Like those scouts.
And it's the closest thing you're going to see to snow around here, that's for sure. Guys, this little island coming up here on the right, this is called Bird Island, and it gets now if you look up here on the nest up there, there's a coon up there, sitting in a nest, one of our late arrivals. Also coming up on the right, if you look over on the water, you're going to see some turtles out there, sitting on a log. Those are called slider turtles. There's a whole bunch of them over here, way over to the right, back from that way. Slider turtles, we have 3 kinds of them out here. There's red-bellied, yellow-bellied, and orange-bellied sliders. Common turtle out here.
Here's the
a long piece of wood. We're right over it. We're parallel with it right now. Some of it's starting to come out of the shadows. You see that piece of wood down there? That long piece of wood, the University of Florida got very interested in a few years back. I'm going to turn around and go back over. What they thought that was a cypress dugout canoe. And they wanted to do a little more study on it. They wanted to take that back to Jackson, to Gainesville, and find out just how old that thing was, and confirm that it was a canoe. So they pulled that whole thing out of the water, sent it up to Gainesville. It turns out that is a cypress dugout canoe. And here's what really makes it interesting. They carbon dated this one. And apparently this particular canoe is over 600 years old.
Wow.
Now that makes it the oldest ever found. Well, you can imagine what the University of Florida wanted to do with that. They wanted to keep it, of course. They wanted to put it in a museum. But the state of Florida said, no, we're not keeping anything. In fact, we want you to put that right back where you found it. And they did. That is exactly where they found it. Blue grotto. Now, why do we get this beautiful blue look in the water? Is because all this water coming out of these springs is 99.8% pure freshwater. In other words, super clean. And it also comes out at a year-round temperature of 72 degrees. That is constant year-round. The reason I'm going in here, guys, is sometimes there's a gator hanging out way back in the end of this cove. But boy, I'm still not seeing anything out here. This is very unusual. This is called Cypress Cove, by the way. The reason for it is because of this big cypress tree that we're looking over at on top of right now. That cypress tree has been down there for over 100 years. That tree there has been, like I said, been in the water for over 100 years. If we would pull that log out of the water. Pretty, isn't it? 55 feet is its maximum depth. All that white stuff down there, that's little pieces of limestone that have accumulated. Now, how much is 550 million gallons of water? If you had an outdoor swimming pool, big concrete in-ground pool, this spring could fill that pool in roughly 11 seconds. That's coming out. Why it looks so serene? It doesn't look like there's that much water coming out. In fact, it looks downright quiet down there, doesn't it? But the only reason we're not feeling that counter rush of water is because we're 50 feet above where the water's actually. Guys, I want to show you one more thing before we call this a trip. Back in the mid-1960s, there was a television show called I Spy. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. Some of you guys remember that. And I hate to date myself, but I remember that. Anyway, they filmed one episode of that particular series right here at Silver Spring. The script for that particular episode called for some statues to be built underwater. So what they did is they built these statues in about 30 feet of water. These statues themselves are about 7 to 8 feet tall. And they were named after 3 Greek gods. That was Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Now when they built these statues, they didn't build them out of concrete or marble or anything like that. You would think you build statues out of. What they built them out of was fiberglass. They chose fiberglass because it's light and it's portable. You gotta remember, these are movie props. They certainly didn't intend to leave them down there all this time. They were gonna put them where they were gonna come. If you look under the boat now, that's our 3 resident movie stars right now. That is Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Now here's another kind of cool fact about those 3 guys. After this filming was done, a few years went by, and then a couple of James Bond movies wanted to film here as well. That was Moonraker and Never Say Never Again. Both of those Bond films have scenes in them utilizing these same statues. Now, when the filming was all done for I Spy, the producer finally looked at these people and he says, "All right, guys, we're all done filming. Let's pick up our statues. Let's go home." When they started, well, in other words, they intended to pick them up. They expected that they'd pick them out. When they started picking up these statues, the local people here in Ocala had a fit. They said, "Don't take those up. Those are cool. Watching you went down there for people to enjoy." They talked them into it. They were happy to do it, they said. But it's one less thing they have to worry about picking them up. And those little statues down there, guys, have been down there now since 1967. Everybody see them okay?
No. Oh.
Being that said, guys, that's going to complete our tour for this afternoon. I want to thank, or this morning.